Hello, mate. I'm Australian. We have a hugely popular, universal, publicly funded healthcare system. Aussies rule. Drugs are affordable here, mate. We live longer than you Americans. We dance on your graves. Anytime you feel the government can't handle health care, visualize Australians dancing on your graves.
Australians, Australians, dancing on your grave. Australians, Australians, they're dancing on our graves.
Apparently no one told us Aussies the government can't do anything. Our healthcare spending per capita is less than half that of the US. Let me spell it out for you, mate. Less than half. What a sucky healthcare system you guys have. If you want to provoke an armed uprising in Australia, abolish Medicare and tell people you are bringing in a US-style privatized system.
Australians, Australians, dancing on your grave.
Hello, America, and welcome to Dancing on Your Grave. And when we say your grave, we're speaking symbolically about how the rest of the world all have government-run healthcare agencies which their people are relatively crazy about. This is something the right in America are in denial of. And so we're thinking, if there's a reason why the rest of the world can, symbolically speaking, be seen as dancing on our graves, it would be the righties' fault, let's face it. Right-wing policies always damage the public health, the right themselves, as they drift ever rightward beyond the reach of our most powerful telescopes, may be a major public health problem. As you can see, this is a heavy show. So let's get dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Perry Logan Dancers!
Hi, I'm a German. And we in Germany have a hugely popular, universal, publicly funded healthcare system. So there, I've said it. We in Germany are laughing at you Americans and dancing on your graves. Visualize Germans dancing a German dance upon your graves. Germany, Germany, we're dancing on your grave. Germany, Germany, dancing on Americans' graves. Dancing on Americans' graves.
Oh my God, Jim! What happened, Tim? Looks like somebody swallowed the camera. We're going down Perry Logan's gullet. It's December 19th, 2013, and Perry Logan proudly presents
Dancing on Your Grave.
Well, Jim, yeah, Tim, what about the nightmare of government-run healthcare? Well, Tim, I'm not sure that's an appropriate topic as we plunge down Perry Logan's gullet. Oh, come on, Jim, it's all symbolic. What lies at the end of Perry Logan's gullet, symbolically speaking, is the nightmare of government-controlled healthcare.
Hello. Welcome to the nightmare of government-run healthcare.
My son and his Croatian wife just had my first grandchild in Croatia, where they live. It was government-run healthcare at its best, with excellent prenatal care, competent and high-tech labor and delivery, and even twice-weekly home visits by an RN for weeks following the birth.
For weeks following the birth.
Not a penny out of pocket. No worries about co-pays or deductibles or procedures and drugs not covered in a restrictive policy. All from Croatia's socialized health care. Funded by a value-added tax on everything purchased in the country. Can anybody in the United States even imagine anything so wonderful?
Can anybody in the United States imagine anything so wonderful? Repeat after me, so wonderful.
Hello? I am French.
I am French.
My friends, I am a little bit French. Here in France, we too have a hugely popular, universal, publicly funded healthcare system run by the government, which we all love, which helps us live longer, spend less on healthcare, and ultimately dance upon the graves of our American friends.
The French, they're dancing on our graves. The French, they too are dancing on our graves.
Oh, my American friend, I was just kidding. Here we go. Hello, thank you for watching, I love you. It's December 19th, 2013, and this is a show which invites you to consider, as a symbolic image, you understand, it's symbolism, consider the image of the people of the world dancing on our graves. Yeah, that's pretty scary, isn't it? But there is a sense, a symbolic sense, you see, perhaps an allegorical sense in which the world is dancing on our graves. This to my fellow Americans, my fellow Yanks. The Canadians, they're dancing on our graves. Canadians are dancing on our graves. And really doing a really good job of it, too. The world, my friends, crowds upon their feet, crowded upon our symbolic grave because they are getting so much more out of their healthcare system. You know, the stats are in, right? You know, just cold, hard stats about who gets more for what. And you've probably heard some of these numbers. We get so much less bang for our buck from our, still, but basically free market system. Obamacare has not changed that, by the way. Obamacare is simply an effort to control the insurance companies. It still goes through the insurance companies, and somehow we wind up getting just a fraction of what the rest of the world, with their government-run healthcare systems. Have I blasphemed? Why, yes. I believe I have here, at least in the U.S., I have totally blasphemed. How have I blasphemed? By criticizing the private sector's handling of things. But, you know, that would be one of the critiques behind this show is that, and, you know, we in America, we hear it 1,000 times a day. Okay, slight exaggeration, but we do hear it a lot. We hear it and we hear it all our lives. How much better the private sector can do stuff. And I would just say, first, who's telling you that? Could you just pause in your daily activities if you're enjoying this show? Who is telling you? Well, I would venture to say it's the private sector and those who identify with it. Yes. Yes. Well, anyway, you see, the people who talk that way, here in America, people, that's all you hear. It's how government can't do things, and you know. And government, of course, does oblige by screwing lots of things up. Obamacare really is having a terrible time. I'm not pretending otherwise. But may I remind you, it was the government that put a man on the moon, okay? All right. Well, in this show, we venture into this blasphemous territory and point out that the health statistics don't look too good for our healthcare system. We're just kind of ignoring Obamacare hasn't had a chance to significantly impact our system. We've had a privately run system. Hey, this is a post-Reagan era. I don't recall that it was a whole lot of liberal things going on there and a whole lot of cracking down on corporations over the last 30 years. So we really do have a healthcare system that's run by the market, which is supposed to be so efficient. You know, they do things so efficiently. Okay, well, why are we getting a fraction of what the government-run systems indicate? And it is really true, you know, that you could probably start a revolution Australians themselves will tell you you could start a revolution in Australia by offering to switch their healthcare system with ours, just before or with or without Obamacare. We'll put it that way. Now, it would be my opinion that Obamacare changes nothing in this equation. You know, I don't think that they're going to stop dancing on our graves, to use our little symbol there. I don't think that Obamacare is going to change things that much, because it's not really a government-run thing. It's not like the righties it's not like the righties tell you. I regret to say that part of the confusion that besets us in America is that people are very confused about Obamacare. Here's Professor Perry Logan of the Sorbonne with an idiot's guide to Obamacare. Here it comes. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah, that's him, all right. Compulsion. Okay. Americans are all bollocksed up about Obamacare. They've been given so much weird information about Obamacare and the ACA that it behooves me to just come right out and quickly straighten you out, my friends. Obamacare is a Republican law. Obamacare came from Romneycare. Do you remember Romneycare? It wasn't that long ago. Look. What is that? It's a fetus. It's a fetus, isn't it? It's like a fetus. Ah! Once upon a time, there was a really bad idea. Here symbolized by the face of a talking fetus. This bad idea was hatched by the Right Wing Heritage Foundation. Hi there! Thus, giving Obamacare the farthest right of roots. And when we say fetus, we mean health care mandate. What? Calm down, Perry. You're watching a symbolic allegory in which this talking fetus symbolizes the health care mandate. That was the bad idea the Heritage Foundation cooked up. And by a long and circuitous route, that's how Obamacare came into being. And then it became the basis for Romneycare. Romneycare? Are you guys picking on me again? But it's true. Romneycare. A bill so similar to Obamacare, you couldn't tell them apart in a police lineup. That's because Obamacare was based on Romneycare. It's the same damn thing. There you go. There you go. Same damn thing.
Obamacare, Romneycare, same damn thing.
Okay, I know. Prancing idiot, you're thinking. But the people who created the controversial and struggling Obamacare consulted. They literally consulted. You know, it was pretty much a Xerox job. You know, it was like a photocopy job. You know, and nor was anything changed, nor was anything fundamentally changed. You see, the law was not written by progressive Democrats. My friends, don't you know? Progressive Democrats are all but extinct. I think the echo proves it, don't you? Earth, calling everyone, progressive Democrats are all but extinct. Obamacare was written by insurance lobbyists. Obamacare was written by insurance lobbyists and Blue Dog Democrats, where Blue Dog Democrat is defined as a Republican pretending to be a Democrat. Tim. Yeah, Jim. This little gun crawl of Perry's is pretty radical, isn't it, Jim? Oh, in the U.S., it's blasphemous, Tim. but Perry really wants people to get it. In the 18th century, to keep and bear arms was slang for serving in the military. Do you know what this means, Tim? No, Jim. It means proponents of gun control were right all along. The Second Amendment was all about militias and not about private ownership of guns. Well, really, Tim, all you have to do is use your brain. The Founding Fathers were excellent writers, yes? Yes. If the Founding Fathers had wanted us all to have guns, they would have said so. The Founding Fathers were excellent writers, probably better writers than most of us will ever be. If the Founding Fathers had intended for us all to have guns as a means to fight tyranny, the Second Amendment would have said so. It would have read as follows. The possession of guns being necessary to combat tyranny, the right to own guns shall not be infringed. Duh! That's what the Second Amendment would have said. They would have said that if they meant that. Earth calling gun guys! Earth calling gun guys! May the souls of the slain children haunt your dreams. Gun guys, dreams. Gun guys, dreams. And now, the Perry Logan Dancing on Your Grave Dancers! Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down.
Hello, I'm another main kid for gun control. Just another character in this phantasmagoria of a show. And I'm here to tell you, all those guns are another reason why Canadians are dancing on our graves. And with them, the rest of the civilized world, because you see, those people aren't getting blown away by guns all the time. They don't have all these maimed children. Did you realize guns are the major cause of death among America's teenagers? Well, think about it. This brings to mind a general theory of Perry Logan that the political right in America represent a distinct and growing health care problem. Here's Perry to explain.
Here's a little number me and the band wrote called Dancing on Our Grave. Just look at the fretwork there. Fretwork! Ah! It's good for you. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Is the sound of pretty much the whole civilized world dancing on our graves. I can hear the Canadians, the English, the French, the Japanese, like all the smart countries. Well, they all have these publicly run healthcare systems which, go figure, give their citizens so much more bang for the buck than the private ones, and the right are in denial of this. This makes them a distinct public health threat. Now listen to me. The polls make it very clear. Even though they're mad at the Democrats, I think the Democrats really are going to be suffering in the next election, but who cares? They went bad with Obama, right? No, the Democratic Party went bad with Obama. I mean, it had been kind of like losing it, I'll admit. Losing it. Really, it was being dragged to the right. Some of this is true under Bill Clinton, but by the time we get to Obama, it's like there is police state stuff going down, and a Democrat is lording it over police state stuff. That's what you call going bad, okay? That's why I feel it's legitimate to say Obamacare may not change things. You see, it's a Republican law. The Democrats bought it. I know they bought it, okay? But it has Republican genes, okay? So, in a way, Obamacare is this kind of paradoxical ideal, a bipartisan law. I realize that both parties would like have a fit if you said it was a bipartisan law, but I mean, what do you say when the Democrats essentially steal their idea from the Republicans? And then they put it up there and the Republicans say, no, it's socialism, it's socialism. You know those righties? There's a reason we have the word wingnut. Wingnut, 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 wingnut. Now that it's just the two of us, consider the possibility presented seriously that the political right in America, love them and tolerate them though we do, are beginning to pose a significant public health threat. Nothing personal. Let's take some right-wing policies. How about guns? There you go. Guns. And when you start to talk about guns, the gun guys will jump in and say guns are good for you. They will present you stats saying if we just had a few more guns, we could live forever. Those sound like good stats to me, too. But the fact is, gun deaths are now, I believe, vying for number one cause of death among teenagers and young people. See? This takes it out of that old blunt object category, you see. It's overtaking automobiles. Okay. And it's I would call it a right-wing policy. So, see what I'm talking about? This is a right wing, and they have a lot of power, they have a lot of money, and the gun lobby could be called a right-wing lobby of unbelievable power. And it's hurting us. People get killed every day, killed and maimed every day, because of a right-wing policy. All right, take the anti-vaccine people. I guess that's a fringe. It's not like the mainstream Republican thing, but it's a right-wing policy. There's an anti-vaccination. There you go again. That's like a direct assault on public health. It's like that's the political right making a direct assault on something that has been scientifically proven to reduce the spread of disease. So thank you, anti-vaccination people. I did want to remind you that ever since there have been vaccines, there has been vaccinophobia.
Vaccinophobia? Me?
Oh yes, Alex Jones, my colleague Alex Jones, a conspiracy guy, a radio host, thinks vaccines really are a government plot. I mean, quite literally a government plot to kill us. Apparently, like, nobody's noticed but Alex. Never mind. But the point is, there has always been vaccinophobia. Just some people are freaked by vaccines, especially, and they do tend to be over on the right there. And so there you have it, You see, the stronger the political right gets, the more effed up our health gets.
Frustrated by the sound of the rest of the world symbolically dancing on our grave, Perry put on his jetpack and went on one of his fabulous flights. He flew over Paris. That guy has an obsession with Paris. Jackson, Michigan, where Perry Logan lived for many years. Looks like a mighty nice town. Moscow, Antarctica, the surface of the moon, the surface of Mars. That's quite a jetpack. The surface of Uranus.
Well, now that's getting just a little bit personal.
Greetings, Earthlings. I'm Rebnor of Alpha Centauri 3. We, too, have a hugely popular, universal, publicly funded healthcare system. Drugs are affordable, we live longer than Americans, our health spending per capita is less than half that of the US, and keep in mind, we have at least 4 heads. If you want to provoke an armed uprising here on Alpha Centauri 3, tell them you are bringing in a US-style privatized system. The only thing that keeps us from dancing on your grave is the fact that we have no legs.
make it a little more upbeat, Perry?